Hello, Teacher Amanda here with VIPKID, and today we're talking about lesson extension. This is number 2 in a video series called ESL Essentials. You can look below for the full playlist of those. I add to it about each week, so make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all of those. Let's get right to it. What is lesson extension? What is it? Maybe you're doing your mock or your demo and you've heard you need to work on this. Maybe you got a low score in this area. Well, what is it? It is expanding on the content. So you're gonna be teaching these slides that VIPKID provides to you. There are teacher instructions at the bottom that tell you what to do for each slide. And those are kind of the bare bones, the bare minimum, right? You always wanna get through the material, you always wanna follow the teacher directions on each slide. Lesson extension is when you expand on that and how you expand on that. There are a lot of ways to do this. It's almost like, what isn't lesson extension? There's so many ways to connect with a student and go beyond the slide in front of you. So we'll talk about some examples here momentarily. So why do we extend? What's the point of this? Well, you have to think about all the variety of students that are taking VIPKID classes. You might have someone who's 4 years old and is extremely advanced. My Google timer is going off. Okay, Google, stop. All right, stay-at-home mom life. Okay, I have some applesauce I need to take out of the crock pot, but I will finish this video first. Anyway, there's a lot of different levels of students, even within the same placement, right? So they might be in the same level with VIPKID, but their understanding may be in different places. You might have a 4-year-old who's very advanced, and you might have a 4-year-old who is completely new to English, doesn't understand barely anything, right? So if you have all these different levels, and then they're learning the same slides, these advanced students are gonna need that lesson extension to stay engaged and to really learn. So with younger students, if we wanna look into how we actually do this, younger students, you wanna base it off of their prior knowledge, right? So they typically know shapes, colors, numbers. You can look at the slide and say, how many blank do you see? Or, could you circle something pink? Or, things like that. It's like you can kind of almost play an I Spy game. They don't necessarily know that terminology of I Spy, but you could say, I see pink. Can you circle pink? And then look and try to get them to circle something. So just trying to build off of some of the understanding they already have, right? And kind of creating some of these activities on your own. It's also really easy to do this with your reward system. A lot of times I have these little animals that I use as rewards, and it's really fun because you can ask them questions about animals that they like or don't like, and your reward system can be a great point of extension that you can kind of plug throughout the lesson, because we're giving rewards throughout, and ask questions about it. How many animals? 3, good job, that kind of thing. So just have a plan for some ways to extend the lesson, especially when you're looking at your mock and demo and everything. Make sure to incorporate that, because they are grading on that. They need to know that if you get into a classroom with an advanced student, are you gonna be able to teach for that full 25 minutes? Are you gonna be able to engage that student? Think of some creative ways. I would just have some go-tos, whether it's a book or a reward system or something that you can kind of bank on to extend with. Because lesson extension is something you always wanna be doing. With students who are newer and newer to VIPKID, newer to English, who maybe don't have as much of a background with it and are not as advanced, you can still extend the lesson. It's almost a break from the really heavy material, because you'll have some students that are struggling and that can't quite get all these full sentences out, and their student output isn't as good. So sometimes extending with them is just a way to engage with them in a more fun way. Do you like fish? I did a lesson today with fish, and I like to ask her about food and different items because she usually understands. Yes, no, yes, no. And just kind of ask those questions. Another example that I had today, I'll just kind of mimic the slide here for you. Oops, that's upside down. It was basically, we were teaching the sound ch, 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 ch. This is a level 1, very low level. So you push play on the slide, it plays that sound, and then I'm connecting that sound to the object cheese, and then prompting the student to make that connection, right? So that's what the slide content was. It was the sound ch, ch, and the word cheese, helping the student make the connection. So to extend this, I said, do you like cheese? Yes or no? Yes, good. Cheese pizza. Yum. Yum. Do you like cheese pizza? Yes, good job, very good, high five. Basically, it can be a lot of different things. Extension can look different every time. You can have some go-to ideas of what you want to do, but there's a lot of easy ways to extend. Think of those basic questions. Do you like blank? Or what color is, circle and object? How many blank are there? Things like that. Now with older students, you can get beyond just colors and shapes and counting. You can extend based off of a word or picture. What is this? Like circle. What is culture? What is a country? Some of these higher level concepts they'll be able to engage with you on. You can ask in the beginning with the introduction, how are you? I am happy. Why are you happy? And maybe they'll tell you about their day, or you can ask things like that as well. Ask about the weather, ask about their day. Allow them to make some larger connections and use the English language to talk about other things beyond just the slide at hand and the directions that you were given. So I hope you're getting a sense of some different examples of what extension looks like. And it's really not a cookie cutter, here's a template of how to extend in every lesson. It's more so just building that rapport with your student, asking questions, allowing them to think critically, make connections, and use English beyond just what the slide instructions say. Challenge them to answer other questions. I have one student who's very advanced, and every lesson we have, he always teaches me a few words in Chinese just for fun, and he almost leads the extension on his own in a lot of ways because he just begins talking about other things and bringing that and tying that into the lesson. So you'll have that too, where students are just so advanced sometimes that you don't have to think about extension that much because they're kind of doing it independently. And that's what you really want. You want this to go beyond just students meeting target objectives and target sentences and all this. It's much bigger than that. You want them to be able to think in English and really go beyond just the minimum requirements. As far as how to go about it, how to know, when to extend kind of thing, typically look at the student's history. You can always look at the student information in the VIPKID portal. It'll have some information on where they're at. If you are a current teacher, you're familiar with this. You can see, how they've done previously in different areas, where they're strong and where they're struggling. And you can use extension, in areas where they're doing well, basically. If you're really new to all of this and you're overwhelmed, I would say just, think about it with like your reward system and keep it kind of simple. Just find some ways to ask a few fun questions and connect with your student beyond the slides. So that's basically it. If you have any questions about lesson extension or would like some more ideas, or if you would like to just send me a slide and ask for some feedback, how could I extend here? I would love to help you. I do coach a lot of different people through the process. I have a Facebook group. You can look below for the link to that if you're not already a part of it. You don't have to be my referral to be a part of the Facebook group. I'm honestly just here primarily to help others succeed in their VIPKID job, but if you would like to use me as a referral, I can offer more individualized coaching and a lot more assistance to you. I can see you in the VIPKID tracking system, see what stage you're at, and really bring resources to you effectively at each point in the process. So I'd love to assist you more. Feel free to email me or connect with me with the information below, and please subscribe to stay up to date with all of the latest videos. Thanks and happy teaching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. You can also join my Facebook group. The link is in the comments below. It is a group dedicated to hiring support for applicants who are in the hiring process with VIPKID. And if you are ready to apply, I would love for you to use my link in the comments below or enter my code so I can mentor you through the process.